Kevin Harlan with his second half goal.
The other thing that's been equally as effective is the fact that they've gotten out on the fast break. A lot of points coming in transition.
So timeout call here.
Getting back on defense here, fellas.
And it's costed them. Fast break baskets accounting for 7 of the last 10 points they've allowed.
Timeout call. The Hawks shooting their first free throws here tonight.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Those are good numbers for any team. I mean, they can feel extremely good about their free throw shooting percentage this season.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. The fourth spot held by the Hawks.
This team is all right now. Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he makes the first. So he hits both ends. Hawks shooting their 5th attempt at the line in the game.
Five straight buckets conceded in transition.
Greg, and it starts with court balance, I think. Typically, the guards have to be alert and ready to prevent the runouts and that first initial point of attack.
On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe.
That's a great job getting to the
Last
line.
10 games have been the NBA's best fast break teams. The 4th spot held by the Hawks. Shoot 2.
You know, they've changed their game here in the second, getting a little bit more physical, playing with some toughness now.
And I'm looking for them to increase that lead if they can keep getting to the free throw line.
The Hawks have been excellent at the free throw line here today, a flawless 6 for 6.
2 shots.
First free throw is good. Good on both.
What a thrilling shot for one team and a heartbreaker for the other.
Simply fantastic. Cool as they come. Even keel and flatline that one.
So as we conclude the first half, so far fairly one-sided. Hawks on top, opening up a huge gap. And we'll be back with you right after this.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We welcome you back to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. After 2 quarters, it's Atlanta out in front. They are completely in control of the game, leading by a massive amount. Kenny, what did you see from them?
They looked like they were playing an easy game of pitch and catch out there. playmakers and finishers were in sync on every level. The assist disparity, now that was big. Now that's the reason why it's a blowout right now, and they played well.
How about you, Shaq? What did you think about Indiana?
Well, with the way they struggled to defend the three-point line, it started to look like warm-up drills. They cannot be afraid to bring more defenders out high. They got to make life tougher on those outside shooters.
So that does it for us. Hope you enjoyed our halftime show. Now, we take you back to Kevin Harlan for the second half call.
Mind the lane. Mind the lane. One shot.
It's a flagrant one foul.
And Kevin, that's a pretty dangerous play right there. I mean, I don't like to see a player put an opponent in harm's way, as much as you just saw him do there. Glad they pinned a flagrant on him.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. The officials were all over it. They weren't going to let him off the hook that time. The Pacers have made 5 of 10 free throw attempts, a lot of misses.
And how about as a group, 80% on the season, one of their best attributes.
And comparing to the numbers of last season, they've made a bit of improvement, so that's important.
They need to review it. I'm not sure the ball was out of his hand in time. Well, we thought the third quarter was over, but it turns out the officials are going to review the play to see if he released the ball before the buzzer.
And they're making sure on this one, even though it may not matter in the grand scheme, but the replay process is faster than ever. You know, why not?
Yeah, the replay center in Secaucus is providing the officials with the necessary footage to make the call. We're seeing what they're seeing with the best possible angles.
Let's go, gentlemen.
And they've overturned the call. The replay was conclusive, and that one's going to count.
And Kevin, an example of why it's good to have replay. I don't know what kind of impact it'll have on the final result, but you always want them to get every call right.
And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. It's Atlanta just dominating this
because they've been such a well-oiled machine.
And that one misses.
All right now, gentlemen, two shot. Two shot.
And he knocks down the first one. That one falls, so he hits both of them through contact. He'll head to the line.
Personal foul.
Shooting for Atlanta. Shot! 2 shots.
That one is off. And the second free throw, good.
All game long, and he's really shouldered the load for them offensively.
And so it's the Hawks taking care of business in this one. It was a tale of two teams tonight, one that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and Clark the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
Well, I think these fans, too, Kevin, gave their team a tremendous lift. I mean, they never gave up on them. From the opening tip until the end of the game, they were in it. And that certainly helped this crew get to the W.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. And now to our good friend Ernie Johnson, who is standing by in the studio.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Kevin, much appreciated. And now let's move on to our Jordan Player of the Game. It was lights out shooting at its best from him in this game. 60-plus points is rarefied territory that few players ever see in the NBA. But we saw it here tonight. Truly jaw-dropping. What'd you notice about his performance, Kenny?
He was completely on a different level tonight, and his insane point total tells us that. Trust me, it's not easy to get that many points in this league, but he had their number tonight, and the coach did a great job of continuing running plays for him.
His accuracy from the field was pretty eye-catching. I mean, if he was shooting the ball, it was going in. You rarely see a performance like this with this crazy high shooting percentage. Wow.
And that'll do it for tonight. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson. Have a good night, everybody.